Hi, welcome to Tech Ranch, a place where we learn and earn technical skills in the most efficient way. Let's make coding fun. Java game application development, memory card game. Today, we are going to present you a live demonstration of memory deck card game with music and advanced features using JavaFX graphical user interface API. Before demonstration, let's first see the requirements, design, and implementation. Based on the memory game we had previous, was implemented using Swing graphical user interface. This time we have come up with some advanced features using music and different kinds of modes of the game using JavaFX graphical user interface API. So first we need the graphical user interface JavaFX. Now, based on the requirement, if you see the design of this game based on the modes of the game. For example, it is for single player or multiple players or in the battle form. For example, two teams are playing together. Now, the concept behind the memory card game is just the same, that you need to flip two cards and see if they are same, then you will earn the point. And if it is not, then it is flipped back and shuffled again. So this is one of the another shuffling feature you need to include in your game. So every time when you take your turn, the card will shuffle if it is not correct to make it more tricky and complicated. Now, of course, as a game it is, we need to include the score features, which will earn the points individually. Background music with control that you can have repeat mode or put it in a sequence in shuffled mode using JavaFX API. Shuffle and flipping animation. It's very interesting to see when the card will flip, just like we had it in the memory game using Swing. The difference here is going to include the shuffling after flipping if it is not correct. Different styles of objects. For example, we have not just for the mode, we have different types of resolutions and settings and other advanced features was included in this game. Language support. Here we come up with only two languages, different languages. You can add more features and more language support in this game to make it more accessible to all people. Resources, what you need here, JavaFX graphical user interface API for providing user interface, which is responsive and interactive, images for the cards, and since it's going to be a deck card, so we need to have all kind of cards like from the deck. fxml and css for styles and forms, this will help you to make it more responsive and interactive and make it more feasible to communicate the data from forms to the user interface and then the backend. So for example, if user is clicking any card and it will flip and it will cross check if it is same, and if it is not same, then it has to flip back and do the shuffled again. So that particular process is going to have some information that has to be communicated from front end to the back end. So that particular part was doing it with the help of xml and css because they are handling the styles and the forms both together. Properties will include some important information, for example, images and their class and their properties is going to be in the properties file. Java classes, of course, they are going to include all kind of logic implementation for this card game. Now, implementation, if you see, since it is based on JavaFX, so we need to have a stage, and that stage will have a scene. That scene will include all kinds of components. For example, your buttons and your cursors, moving sound, the music player control, which is not having actually a control, that you can code it and hard code it those controls because this is not a player. This is just a game which has a background music in the backend. So using core, you can control over it. fxml are getting aligned and formatted data from java 2 stage for display, shuffling cards for random execution, and animation of flipping if not the same. Now let's take a look at the demonstration. So if you see, this is how it will look. My home page, which will have different themes. So you can have red card, black card. You can include more colorful design of these cards. All you need to include the images. These are just an images. They are just JPG file or GIF or PNG. Any type of file you can include here and mention it. Based on that, it will call the grid. These are nothing but the grid, which has tiles. So these tiles, nothing but the small size of the image, and which has flipping. On flipping, it will have different cards, deck cards. So you can choose the mode here, single mode, multiple player. And once you select this mode and continue the game, you will see this is how it will look. So when you flip, and if it is not same, it will flip again and shuffle again. So this is how the game look like. Now this is in case it has a multiple player. So player 1, player 2, player 3 taking turns. This will be controlled by the computer if you are all alone playing, and you can integrate it in the web application and make it online, and you can include more players. And this is like a battle when you have two different teams instead of player. So you can take turns and make it more functioning. Now let's take a look at the execution. So this is my Eclipse IDE, and my game is memory card game. And here we have main menu and the main Java file, which is a Java application. So I'm executing like this. So you can see when this game started, the background music is playing. And here you can select your mode of the game, single mode, multiple player, and battle. I'll start with single and I'll pick the black color. And I just want the normal one, or different forms of grid you can choose. So this is my choice of grid. So this is king and this is two, they are not same, and this is shuffled. Okay. So here you can see it says move 35 and found players 12. So this is the single player game. So what you can do, if you want to see, you can change the things like this. So you can choose the different characters, just for assumptions. So we basically have 4 players now. You and 2 goldfish. Player 3 won. You can see player 3 got number of points. He found 11 matches. He's the winner. So this is what the game. You can go back always, and another mode of this game is your battle mode, which is in a team form. So there are 2 teams. You can put any of your character. You can just mention that. So in the battle, basically what you have to do, you have to pick who is the winner is going to pick the card, and another team has to pick which has to be same. Okay, it is not same. So next step is going to be the elephant's turn, the another team turn, because how the battle will go on, and in the end you will see the points who will get the big number will be the winner. This is how the memory deck card game. You can have your music controls settings. You can go to the settings. Here you can change the resolution, lower or higher, full screen or recommended, and this is the setting. Here you can find two different languages. One is the Greek type, and you can add more. And this is English. You can get the high scores. You can mention here your name and exit, and it will ask you for the. So this is what implemented in JavaFX. That's why it looks a little responsive and interactive, and different user interface you can create on your own. So it is like a customized user interface. Include more, you can have a deployment in web server and make it online, and for more kind of or features you can include in this as per the requirement. For source code or any kind of assistance needed, please contact techranch2019@gmail.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more upcoming and interesting informative sessions. Let's make coding fun. Thank you.